money to help clean up our buses. We're going to be cleaning up our taxis to help fund the bringing forward of the ultra low emission zone.
But they've categorically ruled out a ban on diesel vehicles.
We don't feel that a ban is needed. That's not what we're asking the government to do. We've got a combination of the charging, the T-charge, and the bringing forward the ultra low emission zone, plus incentives to clean up our vehicles, to move away from dirty diesel vehicles, is a better, faster way to go. But we need the government's help.
If you look at the toxicity charge, that's in central London, and it isn't on every single diesel vehicle. You look at the ultra low emission zone, it's only being expanded for all vehicles to around the north and south circular. So places in outer London are really not winning out on this. So what's currently being proposed really isn't enough, and it really isn't commensurate with planning diesel in the system.
So a sense of frustration in some quarters, knowing full well what's at stake.
Well, there's a letter here from all these organisations for Increased Clean Air, every single one of them saying, we like some of the signals and you and the current mayor on air quality, but ban it by 2025. Go ahead, why not?
We've got a really strong programme in place with the ultra low emission zone and the T-charge, and we will make new achievements in reducing air pollution in London. It's not just focused on central London. I think that the point was wrong there, because although the ultra low emission zone will come into central London hopefully 2019, which will cover all vehicles, in fact the ultra low emission zone for heavy goods vehicles, including buses and coaches, will cover the whole of London for that time. So
the problem with the ban, that timeline thing, why not a ban?
We've got a programme that we've submitted because we've funded it, we've got the legal framework, we've got the consultations in place, and what's more, companies like the coach companies and the heavy goods vehicles operators have had warning in order to change their technology. What we don't want is a dash back to petrol, because of course that would have a carbon emissions impact. It's really important to try and get a transformation of technology.
So have you done a cost benefit analysis? Have you worked out how much your T-charge and the emission are going to bring in? Have you done a cost benefit analysis?
This is not about money, this is about cleaning up the air in London. We've actually put a big chunk of money in the business plan that we've got to fund the infrastructure and the programme that we'll need to enforce this and make sure it happens. So at the moment, the front end is going to cost a lot of money, but that's okay.
But does this bring in more money than you're doing a complete ban? Is that way of doing it to bring in the money?
It's absolutely nothing to do with
Finally.
the priority here is people's
So,
health.
in
It's
this
the
series,
central
it's going to be a
London
new
main
and
road
stuff.
where we get the worst air quality,
we-
and Heathrow actually, by the way. So you'll see as part of the plan
I've
that we've
just
got,
changed it,
we've
look.
cleaned up every bus in London by the time the autonomous emissions are coming in. We've already got electric fleets
Oh my god, I
coming
hate this,
in,
right? It's
and
going
we're
to
talking to heavy goods vehicles and coach operators. So, this
I'm
is going to
crossing
have a
my
big
fingers.
impact.
Russian analysis will come in a little bit sooner. Wouldn't that succeed?
I have been lobbying the previous mayor, as many London MPs, and what we saw at the time was him being in denial,
I'm not going crazy.
withdrawing information about the worst affected areas, like in Tower Hamlets. I had one score which is the worst affected in the country. 10,000 people die a year in London, but it's a national problem as well, with 40,000 people.
Okay, so if you want to be in the comment or something, and I will
Was a clear
do
attempt to
it
ensure
in a way
Mr. Corbyn retains
soon.
his Islington
What's
seat
this?
by redrawing boundaries so that he faced the least competition. The Mayor of London has announced that step-free access on the Underground will get a financial boost, bringing the total number of stations with access to
Go on,
more
go on,
than
go on.
100.
I need
The
that
current
for
level of
free. No.
26% will rise to 40%.
Please go. Oh.
Well, central
We
London,
really want.
that cycle lane on the embankment. Support for that then, like it?
Not Angel.
Listen, I can understand the mentality that we need to have a joined up cycle lane. The trouble is there's been a huge amount of
Whoa.
congestion as a result of reducing the number of lanes. It was already a very busy road. There's a particular problem in my constituency as well, around the Bayswater Road to the Lancaster Gate area. That really has become very, very problematic. So, we all have constituents that are at us about that.
So should you be brave enough to review and maybe even tear them out?
So I think what you should do is look at where the disruption is and make sure that's dealt with quickly, because Boris
No.
introduced the cycle lanes and it was all done very quickly, and that has caused a lot of frustration among drivers but also cyclists.
I feel like
think
it's just
the
a
thing
top.
that I'm keen to see is more emphasis on cycling safety, which is a big issue, and HGV vehicles, which is still the biggest
A lot
factor.
to get into. We got to a lot today. Running out of time, Betty. Thanks a lot. Thanks, Andy. Back to you.
Giveaways always get like really far. Okay.
Now, Foreign Secretary Boris Johnson was rebuked by Downing Street this week, yet again, after the Guardian revealed he had accused Saudi Arabia of being among countries engaged in fighting proxy wars.
So let's check this out quickly.
Boris's convention of not criticising a key UK ally in the region.
Wow,
and Prime
wow.
Minister, who of course
Okay, bye.